Hello everyone, my name is Afif Shafi'i and today with my partner Amir Shukran, we are going to talk about the factor that cause the declining number of endangered species. So there's a saying, one does not know how much important something is until it's gone and cannot return. This could be the reality that we have to face in the near future where our beloved animals and plants, especially the endangered ones, become extinct. Over the past few decades, humans have been destroying the natural ecosystem and causing the climate to change. Things like pollution and human overpopulation have some of the examples that have caused the sudden decline of the number of endangered species. However, today we're going to focus on two factors, which is deforestation and climate change. So what is an endangered species? Endangered species are animals or plants that are rare, threatened, and declining rapidly. And according to National Geographic, endangered species are organisms or species that exist in small number and are threatened by extinction. So these are the few examples of endangered species: giant panda, tiger, alligator, snapping turtle, beluga sturgeon, and hawksbill turtle. So the cause of endangerment, the first factor that I'm going to cover is deforestation. So deforestation is the removal of forest or a strand of tree from land that is then converted to non-forest uses, such as agriculture, cropland, and urbanization. So deforestation have negatively affecting the natural ecosystem and causing the animal to lose their habitat. The habitat of an animal is very important because that is the place where there are abundance of food source, water supply, place for shelter, and space to live in. However, due to the deforestation, this will cause the animal to lose their habitat, and this means that they will lose their main source of food, lose their place for shelter, for protection against human and predator, and some territorial animals such as tiger and jaguar will start to compete with each other, and the weaker one will eventually die due to excessive injury. And all of it will cause the decrease in number because there are lack of basic needs of surviving, such as food and water. For example, the giant panda. And the giant panda first became endangered in the 1990 due to deforestation. The sudden decrease of bamboo trees makes them deprived of bamboo trees because bamboo trees are very fickle species. They cannot survive during winter. So when the number of bamboo trees decrease, the number of panda also decrease. So next is when deforestation occur, animal will be easily hunted by poachers and locals. When deforestation occur, this will cause the animal to lose their natural habitat. So when the animals lose their natural habitat, they will start to occupy urban area. Even though the natural species and food source in the urban area are very low, they will so that this means that they will start to hunt and kill farm animals such as sheep and chickens, and sometimes attack human when they are extremely hungry. So this direct competition between human and animals will eventually end up by animal being hunted and killed by people out of fear they are trespassing their farm or home, even though human are the first one that trespassing into the habitat of that animals. For example, the tiger in the India have the highest case of killing a human, which is 85 people have been killed each year. Is it their fault? No, because as we know, the population of human in India is increasing as years goes by. This means that they will go deeper into the jungle, cutting the trees, and to make space to live, to make houses. This caused the tiger to be agitated and aggressive because the habitat becomes smaller and smaller as years go by. So they will attack human. This will be used by human as excuse to attack the tiger, even though the real reason why human kill tiger is for their fur, because their fur are very expensive and give them a lot of money. That's the reason why hundreds of tigers are killed every year for their fur. So that's all from me. So the next point.
Okay, thank you, Afif. So now let's move on to the second part of the presentation. So another huge reason why there's an endangered species happen is mainly because of climate change. So climate change is when due to the human activities like we are burning fossil fuels in our car, so that is adding enormous greenhouse gases, and this gas causing global warming. Next, okay. For this reason, some species losing their genetic variation. when these species lose their traits, they can't survive because when disease attack the plants, they became ill and die. And then this is a huge problem for farmers as their crop cannot handle the disease that came through. Next. So, for example, the russet bourbon potato. Okay, this is the same species that we usually bought at the market. But due to their lack of genetic variation, farmers need to bear the cost of fertilizers and pesticides for running the business. Another factor is that climate change also force some species to invade a new area. There are three steps of invasion when this happens, which is migration, colonization, and destruction. Okay, for example, let's say a type of predator fish entered Malaysia freshwater ecosystem because the waters from their region, the temperature is increasing and they need to migrate in order to survive. So another factor is also the human activities like fish trading and disposal of these alien species is also the reason they can migrate easily. So when they arrive, they start to prey on our native fishes as they need food to survive and resulting to the extinction of some species. Since the new king is ruling the ecosystem, uh, autotroph like algae and some bacteria grows in number and the ecosystem starts to collapse due to the lack of oxygen level in the water. So, if you guys wondering, is there also invasive plant species? Yes, there is, which is the water hyacinth, which is killing fish population. They migrate from native to South America and expect to increase its range. This is a problem to the local communities as food supply is lost and no income from fishing activities. So, in conclusion, it can be said that the reason most species became endangered is due to the environmental effects that happen mainly because of ourselves, which is the human activities. This issue is not a new thing and looks like it will take a lot of time to be solved. So hence, I and Afif urge all of you to start raising awareness about environmental effects as they harm our native species, hoping that everyone's cooperation to stay alert and report the local authority if they spot illegal activities that can disrupt our local environment. This is a lot of help in order to prevent our native species goes extinct. That brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you for your time.